Hi there. So I guess by coming to this Isle of Man TV YouTube channel, you're interested in relocating yourself and maybe your family to the Isle of Man?
We've already done a video with loads of positives, but there are some other things to consider before taking the jump.
So we've made a list of some of the things to take into account if you're thinking of moving over here.
The weather in the Isle of Man can be interesting, to say the least.
Obviously, we are surrounded by the very moody Irish Sea. Yes, so that means we get less really scorching, mega hot days.
Yes.
Here in general.
When the sun comes out, you could think you're in the Mediterranean.
That can mean we get slightly warmer winter temperatures.
Yeah.
And the really crazy thing for a small place is that you can be in thick fog in one part of the island and lovely sunny times elsewhere.
So some things we take for granted in the UK are not the same on the Isle of Man.
So at the time of making this video, you can't use your app to call for an Uber. It's just not here.
Taxi! Oh!
The lack of a top speed limit is part of what makes the Isle of Man legendary for motor racing, especially the TT races.
Oh, this is so mad. Legally driving at high speeds is crazy, but great, as long as it's safe.
But on the other end of speed limits controls, there are ongoing plans to have more 20-mile-an-hour zones.
Really, 20 miles an hour like Jersey?
Please hold.
Can you hear me?
Okay, so let's talk about mobile phone issues on the Isle of Man.
Yes, to start with, there are only really 2 local providers.
Prices can be higher than UK networks.
And watch out for roaming charges, which might apply if you're using a Manx phone in the UK.
Oh, and data allowances, they are not always as generous as some UK-based plans.
I think there are still some UK operators that cover the Isle of Man without roaming. You need to check on that.
The island is still mainly using 3G and 4G.
Interesting. Did you know the island was the first place to get 3G all those years ago?
I remember those days.
Your cars will need to have an examination test when registering them for the first time with Isle of Man number plates.
Interestingly, unlike the UK, the Isle of Man does not require an annual MOT test on most vehicles.
One little blast from the past is the Isle of Man government still issue car discs, which need to be displayed.
Wow, I've not seen a paper car disc in over, what must it be, 10 years now? Yes, 2014, I think they got rid of them in the UK.
The Isle of Man is not part of the UK and has its own financial regulator. That can mean some well-known credit cards aren't automatically issued here.
So it's best to check to see if your credit card company covers house addresses and postcodes on the island.
So here's something to think about. Just be careful before you go swimming in the sea around the Isle of Man.
Yes, not all areas are yet treating their sewage before it goes into the sea.
They are working on it, but it would be best to check the area first.
A key part of the property buying process on the Isle of Man is different from the UK's stamp duty.
So the Isle of Man government have a tax called the Land and Property Transfer Tax, which is levied on people buying certain priced real estate on the island.
But you need to do your own checks on this with your estate agent, do your homework on the final cost.
So let's talk about the property prices on the island to buy a house.
As of 2025, you would typically see average prices in the region of £380,000 to £420,000.
With a shortage of available rental properties means that rental costs can be high.
A good 2-bedroom apartment can cost between £1,200 and £1,500 per month.
Hello? Hello?
Well, I guess you can always come and live with the little people of the Isle of Man.
The market is always changing, so do check on your favourite property apps or estate agents. Working on the Isle of Man can have some issues.
Citizens from the EU do not have an automatic right to work on the Isle of Man.
Also, international citizens who do not hold British or Irish citizenship must obtain the appropriate visa before they can live and work here.
So, good news if you are a qualified healthcare professional looking to take up a job on the Isle of Man. You most likely don't need a work permit, but do check first.
So one of the biggest hot potatoes is the situation with healthcare. Best you do your own research on this subject.
Oh, keep brushing now?
Yes, waiting lists can be long. Also check out the situation on getting the family on a doctors and dental practice list.
So, what did you think to our AI list?
Yes.
Feel free to add your suggestions.
Yes.
What did we miss?